everyone, it's Anissa here, and today I wanted to talk about what triggers are. So, on my journey, I had to learn about triggers. I'm actually very emotional, and I had to learn how to deal with those in order to progress on my own journey. So today I wanted to share this because I know that right now we've got triggers everywhere. We're kind of like walking like on a mine thing where there's like a bomb trap everywhere we go, and if we're not being aware, if we're feeling low or really caught up in negativity, we can be triggered a lot. And honestly, the energy around right now, with the way things are, the last thing we want to do is be caught up in that, because it's not serving us, it's not helping us, it's not helping anyone. So I wanted to talk about triggers, and hopefully this reaches out to some people and maybe shed some light on what might be going on for you as well. So a trigger is something that can make us feel really strongly. It's something that can spark a very strong emotion in us, good or bad. It's something that can trigger us, but obviously I'm talking mostly about the bad feelings, the negative vibes that you might get out of something. So when we're triggered, believe it or not, everyone has different triggers. So what might trigger you might not trigger someone else. It might not mean much to them. So why something triggers you, is a really personal journey into your own self, your own life, your own soul, to understand why something makes you feel really strongly. And a trigger is actually not a scary thing. A trigger is actually a good thing when you're on your journey of enlightening yourself or improving yourself, because when something triggers you negatively, it's a really good sign of an area that you might want to work on, that you might want to look at. Because if that trigger keeps coming up, it's going to keep pulling you into a negative spiral. And if you are being pulled in a negative spiral, it's going to be very hard for you to stay high and stay in a very nice light vibration. So when these triggers come up, that's kind of like, a free gift for you. To look at why that's triggering you and to understand what it is that you might want to work on. And another tip that I've had on my journey is that it's not something that we can just mentally think we can figure out. Like, for example, if you're, say, triggered by someone who's always complaining about money, as an example, and that really just annoys you so much, if we just think about how to handle it, like, oh yeah, I understand why he's doing that, and if we make it about the other person and not about ourselves, then we can sometimes bypass that lesson, because we're not looking at why it's triggering us inside. We're still projecting that onto the other person and trying to understand why it's happening. However, the feeling is inside us. We're the ones that are actually feeling it. So that's was a really good tip on my journey, to really sit down, and it does require some self-awareness. It does require tapping into your intuition, to spending some time with yourself, to really go deep and understand why certain things trigger you. And sometimes when we find it, we can then look at the path of helping to heal that situation or rewrite that situation. I like to talk about the movie The Exorcist. Anyone watch that? I used to be really into horror movies. Not anymore, I can't do them, but there's a movie called The Exorcist, and there was a girl who basically was like possessed by these demons, and at the end of the movie, the priest who comes to save her, he says, we never name the demon. Once you name the demon comes out. So we only name the demon when we're strong enough to overpower the demon. And I think that's a really good analogy. So when something happens, it's very easy to be scared of it and want to shut it down or kind of push it away or blame it on someone else. But if we really have the strength and we have the right guidance around us to go in, to name that demon, and then to exercise that demon out of your system, you will be feeling much better. You will be feeling healed. You won't be feeling like possessed by something that's going to keep triggering you. So yeah, I hope that helps anyone who might be feeling really triggered out there. I know that there's a lot going on, and a good reminder to just, stay light, protect yourself however you protect yourself, whatever works for you. I'm wishing you well and safe wherever you are in the world today, and take care. Bye.